I want so bad. Chase is negative 43. Ryan Blaney's negative 38. I want so bad for one of those two guys to win Martinsville.
I think I want Chase to win more.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Brad, and with me, as always, is John, and this is Race Car Spelled Backwards, episode 113.
Yep.
I get excited now when I get through the intro and I don't mess it up.
And you get the numbers right.
Yeah. It's been a long...
I'm still in my right mind.
That's how I know. Like,
that's like a cognitive test.
Yeah, that's all you need. Like, that's it. That's what we should make politicians do. Can they guess the right episode?
Can they say the right episode number of their podcast?
Every single episode. So that's the key. You can't mess up. I've messed up once since we've been recording together.
Yeah.
And that's it, thankfully. And we didn't even start over then.
No, we didn't. We kept going.
Have we ever started over?
I don't think so.
I don't either. I think we just roll. If we make a mistake, we just roll with it.
Yeah, it's more authentic.
We don't even attempt to fix it, which is, like you said, it's more authentic. So what's up, man? What's up? What's new with you?
Not much. I get my wisdom teeth taken out Thursday. That's about it.
Oh, that's fun.
No, not at all. A little nervous, you know.
Yeah.
It's the anesthesia that makes me nervous.
But they're knocking you out completely, right?
Yeah. So
you won't even know.
Yeah, but it's being put under that makes me nervous. It's not even the surgery, get my teeth taken out. That doesn't make me nervous, or like the recovery. It's the anesthesia that I don't like.
I wouldn't mind being put under for a cleaning. Like, I hate going to the dentist.
I do too.
But I absolutely hate it.
Look, I hate when they try to talk to you. Like, do they do that? Do they still do that at your age?
They do. It's like, look, they'll ask you a legit question. They have their whole hand in your mouth. You're like, I'm like, dude, why are you talking to me right now? Like, talk to the other lady helping you. Like, what's the point of talking to me?
So, at least I know in 20 years they're still doing that to me.
You need a T-shirt that says, I can't talk back. Just like your shirt today. Yeah. Thank you, Denny. It's like, Denny. I can't understand. I can't respond with your hand in my mouth.
I don't speak.
Yeah. I don't speak.
I don't speak while under operation.
Get your hand out of my mouth. Then they'll like stop and look at you, and you got like cotton balls and wedges, and you're like, are you feeling okay? Like, oh, I can't talk to you right now. You try talking with somebody's hand in your mouth. No, I hate it. Nope, that don't change. They're going to continue doing that the rest of your life. So.
Oh, okay. Good.
Being put under, that's easy, though.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I've never done it. So
I just got put under when I had an implant put in.
Yeah.
So they put me under for that, and it's like, I don't know. You go in, and then you're out.
That does sound nice.
It's like really easy. And then I remember walking in the room, and then I remember getting in the car. So, and it was literally like that to me. It felt like it went really fast.
Wow.
But I was awake when they did the tooth extraction where I got my implant.
Yeah.
And I hated that. Hey, your mom told me that first you didn't want to be knocked out. And I'm like, oh, he's going to hate that. But yeah, you want to be knocked out.
Yeah. Because
you don't want to feel it ripping out.
Right.
That's so weird feeling. So I was knocked out for my wisdom teeth. I think you'll be good. It's not as bad as you're expecting it to be. I think it's going to actually be smoother than what you think. The anesthesia part.
Probably.
It's just the first time though. So.
Right. So, you know.
I get it. A little nervous. Well, before we jump into any NASCAR talk, let's talk about this T-shirt you got on.
Yep.
Thank you, Denny.
Man, I thought for a second there I was going to be wearing this on a Denny win.
If Denny wins at Martinsville, you're going to have to wear the shirt again.
Oh, absolutely. It's my new track shirt.
Yeah. Wear it to all the NASCAR races.
Yeah,
I think the shirt looks great.
I do too.
So if you don't know, this is the official race car spelled backwards. Thank you, Denny t-shirt. There's also an official race car spelled backwards. Thank you, Denny sticker. And all these can be found from a great partner of ours, at least the best graphic designer in the Milky Way, as we discussed last week.
Yep.
I don't know how you can get any bigger than that. I mean,
I don't know any other galaxies.
I don't either.
Is there anything above a galaxy?
I know on Star Wars, both sides would have used Design by Sydney.
Yeah.
So whichever side you're on with Star Wars, both sides chose her. So that's a good reason for you to choose her. So if you don't know, Designs by Sydney's is a local graphic designer that is partnered with us, and we've partnered with her. She makes these minimalist stickers of all the race winners. So if you're a Tyler Reddick fan, you're going to want to go get the latest Tyler Reddick sticker. But not only does she do NASCAR stickers, any custom stickers, any crazy ideas you got, she's got you covered. Professional, she's definitely got you covered there too. Letterheads, logos, stickers, T-shirts, hats, whatever you need, Sydney's got you covered. So it's designsbysydney.com. Make sure you check her out. She'll definitely take care of you just like she's taking care of us. And this month alone, if you use the code CAR1024, you're going to get free shipping on your order. That's CAR 1024. And don't forget to check out the Thank You Denny t-shirt and sticker. Get you one. If you listen to this show, you'll understand. We thank Denny all the time for everything. On track, off track, podcast. It don't matter. We are always thanking Denny because he gives us something to talk about. Whether we like him or not, we have something to talk about. And make sure you vote on which race was better each week. Sydney puts that poll out usually within an hour when the cup race is over. She'll post that and give everybody some time to vote on that.
Surely the cup one.
100% again.
Yeah.
100% went to the Cup Series this week. So make sure you check her out. That's designsbysydney.com. She's got you covered on all your graphic designs needs, whether it's just a crazy idea that you and a buddy come up with, or if it's to help promote your business. Designs by Sydney has you covered. All right. Let's talk about some NASCAR.
All right.
I guess. Is that what you want to talk about next?
Yeah.
Talk about racing?
Yep.
So we're going to start with the Truck Series. I will be honest. For the first time in about, 10 races, I turned the truck race on. I was working out Saturday, and usually I turn on college football, mute it, and turn on some music to work out to, but I decided to turn the truck race on. There was like 40 laps to go, I guess. So I watched the last 40 laps of the truck race.
I bet it was better muted.
It is so much better muted. So much. Because I don't even know what we're missing at that point.
Exactly.
And I don't have to listen to the commentators because they're horrible. I've established that I do not like the Truck Series commentators in their current roles. I mean, I hate it for Jamie. She's a great pit reporter. Phil Parson and what's the other guy's name? Michael Waltrip. They don't do it for me. I don't know. They just sound like they're drunk all the time. They miss everything. And they misspeak. I think that's what I mean. They misspeak. Yeah. They're watching it on TV just like me and you.
Right.
But they still misspeak.
So okay, come on, guys. You're not at the track and you're not even good.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like I've said on here before, if you can't show up at the racetrack to do this broadcast, I'm not going to waste my time turning it on.
Right.
Now, like I said, I hated that. I almost hated it. When I turned it on, I'm like, darn it, this is going to count to their views. And I hated that.
I don't want to support the machine.
No, I stopped recording the races and everything. Like I don't want to support it because I don't like what they're doing, so I shouldn't be buying it, right?
Right.
But
that makes sense.
I did turn it on. I checked it out. I still don't know who won.
Really?
Do you?
No.
I think it was Enfinger or Eckes. It started with an E. That shows how much I was paying attention.
Well, I mean, Heim has an E in it, so with your dyslexia,
that's true.
It could have been Corey.
Anybody could have won that race. It was one of the guys that started, but I know who it wasn't. It wasn't Connor Jones, and it wasn't Matt Mills. So we can take those two off. So Saturday during the truck race, Connor Jones, if you don't know who he is, you probably will now. Yeah. But he shipped it in there, sent Matt Mills right into the wall. Honestly, it wasn't a hard hit or that bad of a wreck. It was a hard hit, but it didn't look like that bad of a wreck.
Till
his car caught on fire.
yeah.
When that truck caught on fire, and it wasn't the fire that messed with Matt. Matt spent 3 nights, Saturday, 2 nights in the hospital. He was released Monday from the hospital from smoke inhalation.
Mm-hmm.
He's been cleared to race this weekend. But when Connor did this, he lost it on the radio.
I mean, he went off.
He had a meltdown like of epic proportions.
I mean, it's worse than the ones you have on the show.
Way worse.
I mean, dude was
like he used the Christopher Bell F word.
I mean, it was bad.
I mean, it's a slow media week when we're talking about Christopher Bell using the F word one time on the radio.
Yeah.
First time ever. But
And
this guy lost it.
I don't understand why.
I mean, in his mind, Matt Mills did something wrong. Matt wronged him. And
so bad that
instead of focusing on the race, he just took him out.
That's what I mean. Like, dude needs to calm down.
Needs anger management.
I don't know if that's going to help him.
No, so on Door Bumper Clear, TJ is Matt Mills' spotter. So he saw the whole thing. But apparently Connor Jones got in trouble. He got parked 2 laps at Homestead. They parked him 2 laps for what he did. Apparently this happened at Wilkesboro too, and he got penalized 2 laps there. And it's happened in the Cars Tour this year. So it sounds like a driver problem. And TJ said TJ said it's not a talent problem. TJ said he's a talented driver. I don't know a lot about the guy.
Me neither.
I've watched a lot of Cars Tours races, but he's never stood out, I guess, in one of those races to me. But TJ said that Hosivar, I like calling him Hosivar. He said that Hosivar got a talking to by Dale Jr. And Carson said that's what kind of changed his view on how he drove.
Mentality.
Maybe somebody needs to have a talk with Connor.
Like, look, Connor, you can't be wrecking people like that. Or you can't let it mess with your race like that.
That's what I mean. Like he gets so emotionally invested in retaliation that he loses track of his own race. And I think that's what the best drivers in NASCAR, I think that's what they're able to do is they're able to I can't say that word, but they're able to do that. You know what word I'm trying to say?
No.
Compartmentalize.
No.
You can't say it either?
I'm not even going to try.
Okay.
I'm not going to try.
Well, anyway.
I probably could, but I'm not going to.
Well, that word.
I'm not going to put it out there.
If you can pronounce that, congratulations on you, but I can't. So he's able to do that. If you've ever listened to this show before, me and Jamie have had this discussion. Like neither one of us could pronounce that word either. Compartmentalize. Like there's way too much enunciation that goes on in that word.
I'm gonna let that be a you and Jamie thing, and I'm gonna stay out of it. Maybe next week I'll come back after some practice.
Oh, you're gonna practice it so you don't screw it up like we do.
Exactly.
That's good. I mean, I'm still screwing it up 40 years later. It don't even matter. But you got to be able to do that. You got to just be able to. You got to take things and let it go. Yeah. Like his goal from the green flag to the checker flag is to finish the best he can finish for his team.
Somewhere in there, he gets wronged in his mind, and now that's not even. It's not his goal no more.
Right, and it's going to happen in the back of the pack. You're going to have those problems back there. I mean, yeah. We were talking about the Cup Series points, like 27th to 33rd is separated by like 7 points.
Yeah, so it's real intense back there.
It is. I'm serious. Like we should be talking about this. Like Corey LaJoie and Justin Haley are separated by 4 points. Yeah, 4 points, and they're like 3 positions apart. I mean, I want Corey to finish ahead of Justin Haley.
It's tight. I'm
hoping the curse of the 7 just keeps it up, and Haley will drop way below LaJoie. I mean, I want LaJoie to finish every race ahead of Haley, and I definitely want him to finish the championship ahead of Haley. Yeah. You don't think I'm good enough? Let me show you what I can do over here. And
a worse car, arguably.
So yeah, I mean, back to Connor Jones. Dude's got to focus on what he's doing. He got parked he's been parked twice. I think NASCAR should. So
have like a 3 strikes rule.
Well, no, I think every time it's like in football when you have a targeting call. Yeah. If you get more than one of those in a game, you're out.
Be like in soccer, like a red card.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. Like 2 strikes, you're out.
Yeah, you get 2 yellows. And
NASCAR, I think if they hit you, if they have to park you for aggressive driving twice, the second time should be a stricter penalty than the first time.
Yeah.
I say, I don't even think you get a warning because I think it's clear cut what aggressive is. Well, okay.
Well,
it should be clear cut, but it's not. But anyway.
Austin Dillon.
Yeah. I think if you're shipping people into the wall like Connor Jones did and you get parked for that specific reason at Wilkesboro, when you do it again at Homestead, maybe it's 4 laps. And, I don't know.
What if you do it a third time?
Then it's 10 laps. Maybe you should have to get out, get a spanking, get back in, and then go.
What if you just park it indefinitely?
I think he should have to get out, take his helmet off, stick his nose in the corner of his pit box, stand there for 3 laps, put his helmet back on, and then get back in the car. Because at this point, the guy's so embarrassed, you might get your point across. That's what I mean. Like, somebody needs to have a conversation with this kid. They need to sit him down and make him understand you're hurting yourself. You're hurting your career. You're hurting your future. You're hurting any opportunity you have.
Well, not that. I mean, you're putting guys in the hospital now.
I don't know that. I mean, it can happen, I guess.
Right. I know what you're going to say. You can't really blame them for that because wrecks happen all the time and you never know what's going to happen. But
that's why you shouldn't do that.
Exactly, though.
I'm with you.
When you go and wreck someone intentionally, you're running that risk.
I'm with you on that.
And so now
you've
put a guy in a hospital, so you got to kind of think about what you're doing.
Well, you would think that would be like a wake-up call to Connor Jones, and he'd be like, okay, this ain't cool. I need to take a step back. I'm hurting people now. I don't need to be hurting people, but people are getting hurt.
Yeah.
So maybe that is a wake-up call, And then he put out his little press release. We all know he didn't write it.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to beat that horse anymore. I mean, he uses the same PR firm as probably most of these other drivers. But at least he has something. I think I agree with the guys on DBC. It would have meant more if it had been a video of him coming out and saying it in video and not just a typed up response.
Right.
After we know he already blew off media.
Yeah.
I mean, he shunned Jordan Bianchi, and Jordan wasn't happy about it. I mean, Jordan was so distraught about it, he brought it up on the teardown.
Yeah.
It got mentioned again on DBC. So if you're going to do stupid things, you can't run from them either.
Right.
And I think that's like Freddie was talking about the age thing. NASCAR has an age limit for running these races. This is why.
Yeah.
And it's
because he's not wrong. Freddie's not wrong. There's a lot of talented young drivers.
Correct.
But you got to be able to have the maturity to run these races.
Yeah, to not kill somebody.
Right. I mean, you are in these vehicles going around these tracks at 180, 200 miles an hour. That's dangerous.
That's what I mean. Like, it's not Hickory.
Right.
It's not Wilkesboro, which Wilkesboro is a fast track, but I mean, you're not on a quarter-mile track anymore, or a half-mile track. You're going a mile and a half.
You're going 170, 180 down these straightaways.
Yeah, or more.
Right.
You're almost 200 miles an hour, and we're supposed to trust you at a super speedway?
Right?
Like, no. This stuff has to stop. Connor's got to clean this up. So they penalized him 2 laps. Do you think he deserves another penalty this week?
I think he should have been more penalized in the moment.
I do too.
I don't think they can come out and do something now.
Not after they did something then.
Right.
Like if they wouldn't have penalized him during the middle of the race,
then you can come out and do it. But now you've already penalized him. You can't just slap another one on there because you go, we don't think. Well, now that it's been 2 days removed, we don't think it was that bad, or we think it's more egregious. So. Yeah, $10,000 fine.
Yeah, we're gonna throw $10,000 at you because he's in the hospital. Maybe pay for the hospital bills.
Yeah,
something like that shows you're sincere. So, anyway, step it up, Connor. Do better, or you won't do nothing at all. You'll be out next thing you know.
Yep.
Xfinity Series, man, that was a good race.
That was such a good race.
I did not think so when the Xfinity race was over. In my head, I'm thinking this is either good or bad. It's either
just like the last time we watched the whole Xfinity race.
yes, because it just sets you up for failure the next day.
Right.
So I'm like, I hope it's not a bad race. I hope it's a good race. And it turned out it was. Both races were really good, but
yeah,
the Xfinity Series. I mean, Austin Hill put on a clinic all day.
he did.
He won every stage. He had this fancy line that nobody else was running. Like,
I don't know how he made that work.
I don't know why nobody else tried, and maybe they did try it. We just didn't see it on TV. But he would go in low and come out high. And most guys were either running the bottom the whole time or the top the whole time. But
he had his hybrid line, and I mean he dominated with it too.
yeah, everybody gives him a hard time saying he can only win on super speedways. He proved yesterday that he's a factor anywhere we go. And it locked him into the round of 4. So he's locked in with AJ Allmendinger now.
Yep.
And it's somebody I didn't expect to be locked in.
I didn't either.
Not with the races that were left the rest of this year.
Yeah. Because I know I said Saturday night I had him going to the championship. I did not. I had him going to the round of 8 because of the super speedway. And I thought he was going to do really good there. And that would probably get him in. And I was right. I didn't see him going past though.
No, not at all. Do you think he can win championship at Phoenix?
I don't know. Phoenix
I don't think so.
Phoenix is a track.
I mean, if Allgaier can get to Phoenix, Allgaier and Custer can get to Phoenix, they're going to be the two to beat.
I think Custer gets there. I don't know about Allgaier.
So right now in the points, Allgaier's plus 35, Custer's plus 28. I don't know how far Chandler Smith, Jesse Love, Sam Mayer, and Sammy Smith are all below the line. I think Sammy Smith is like 100 and something points below.
It's insane.
It's almost like you're not even trying.
Yeah, I mean
that's what we made fun of that Saturday, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah, it was
like we said something like, "You'd do better if you didn't show up."
Yeah, exactly. So that's how I know he's 100 and something points behind. Now it might be less than that today, but either way, I feel like Chandler Smith, Jesse Love, Sam Mayer, and Sammy Smith are in a must-win situation going into Martinsville.
Yeah.
Allgaier could conceivably point his way in, but he's got to have a good race.
Look what he did at Bristol.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he was 47 to the good there and lost the championship.
Yeah, lost the regular season championship to Custer, and that's who's behind him.
Yeah, you're going to have to do better in cut. And he is notorious for Allgaier himself.
Yes.
He's just like Kyle Larson.
Yes.
It's like they're like Bopsy twins or something. Like they're not going to get wrecked by somebody else. They're going to wreck themselves.
Yep. I mean, Allgaier runs a bad race at Bristol. Larson doesn't show up to the 600.
It's something like it's always nobody takes out Larson. I mean, I guess a lot of people apparently are mad at Austin Dillon today, but
for what?
For sucking and riding around slow at the top, I guess. I mean,
Austin Dillon didn't do nothing wrong there.
I don't know. I got my opinions on it too. I don't think he did anything wrong.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. I have my opinions on it, but they're mostly along the lines of Kyle Larson puts himself in spots just like Justin Allgaier.
Yeah.
And because of that, you end up taking yourself out. And I think that's kind of where Allgaier's at right now. He's going to have to go into Martinsville and run a clean race.
He needs a bell race.
Yes. He needs a Christopher Bell race. Just finish 4th and nobody talk about you all day.
Yep.
That's okay. You get good stage points, you're good to go. Like somebody just started up a car right outside our barn.
Yeah.
That must be really loud outside.
Whew.
So you got Austin Hill and Allmendinger locked in. Allgaier plus 35, Custer plus 28. Chandler Smith, Jesse Love, Mayer, and Sammy Smith below the line. Who do you think top 4 are?
If Allgaier can run a good race, I think it stays the same.
I do too. I don't think Allgaier and Custer. Actually, I don't know because I think after stage 1.
Yeah.
How's Chandler Smith running? How's Jesse Love running? Sam Mayer, I don't expect a lot out of. Sammy Smith, I don't expect a lot out of.
No, I don't. Chandler Smith might be able to go out and win.
Yeah,
but you gotta see.
You'll know at the start of that race. And speaking of Chandler Smith, did you see the interview he did? He said he doesn't currently have a job for next season. Most likely, he's going to be hanging sheetrock for his dad's construction company.
You know what? I want Chandler Smith to win the championship.
So you don't have to hang sheetrock?
No. So their champion goes and hangs sheetrock.
Look, this is just another example of the system being broken. This is why Denny Hamlin, this is why 2311 and Front Row Motorsports are suing NASCAR.
This is why I'm wearing a Thank You Denny t-shirt.
Exactly. The system is broke. Talented drivers, like Chandler Smith is a talented driver.
He's in the top 8.
Talented drivers can't keep a ride because they don't have money backing him. Now, Chandler's got some money backing him, but I don't know if he's got enough to keep him in. I mean, we already know he's not going to Joe Gibbs next year, so he doesn't have the money to sponsor his own car. You know, he don't have Joey Logano money.
Yeah, so I hate it for Chandler Smith. I hope he wins the championship now, just because of that.
But it does prove the system is broken. I think all motorsport systems are broken. Like, NASCAR sets a precedent. Now, you've seen with sprint cars with the high limit series, Kyle Larson and Brad Sweet went in, and they doubled, if not tripled, the payout for winners there in those series. And that, honestly, there's drivers in those series that run high limit or run, you know, late model stocks on dirt, Cars Tour maybe. I don't really know the Cars Tour stuff as far as financially, but there's guys who run these late model dirt stocks that are making more money than Corey LaJoy.
Yeah, which is insane.
Well, like we said you get college athletes making more money than NASCAR racers. So
than all of them combined.
The system's definitely broken.
It's like the top paid college athletes are making more than all of our drivers combined.
I mean, some of the top paid ones, yeah. I mean, Georgia's quarterback, he's making multiple millions a year.
Yeah.
He don't even have to go. He's set for life. He don't even have to go to the NFL.
No.
Get hurt in college and live out the rest of his life king of the trailer park. It doesn't matter. He's win some national championships. You're good.
Yeah. You're chilling.
Yeah, he can live North Georgia mountain somewhere in a meth lab. He's set up for life.
Somewhere at Dix Creek.
Yeah. Heck yeah, he can get him a tent. Like a 3-bedroom tent.
Yeah.
He's good to go. Kill him. All right, so Las Vegas. The Jeff Gluck poll. Was it a good race?
Nope, not Vegas.
Not Vegas.
Homestead.
Vegas. Homestead. Was Homestead a good? I'm glad you caught that because it still says Vegas on my notes.
You just roll with it, too.
Every other week, I change it. It's like, I don't even change that.
I know. It's like last week, it was still the race before. What was it?
It's all the Roval.
The Roval, yeah.
Yeah, last week. I had it right last week.
You did have it.
Because it was Vegas. It was the week before.
Was it Daytona or something?
Yeah. I went like 4 weeks without changing it at all.
I know.
I just get it right. This week I didn't. See, I make mistakes. I'm not perfect.
That cognitive test ain't looking too good.
No, I guess I can't be president. All right, so almost said it again. Was Homestead a good race? Jeff Gluck poll.
Yes, it was.
I voted yes. I voted yes for you too.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I already knew what you thought about it, so I didn't even have to come ask you.
Yeah.
So 94% said yes.
I was on it that night.
When the race was over, I asked John, I said, what do you think? What's it going to be? I said 96%, which is the highest ever. Kansas got a 96%. Atlanta got a 95%.
Mm-hmm.
This was 94. John said 94, spot on.
Yep.
Like, this was Sunday within 20 minutes of the race being over.
As soon
he picked 94%, and it's dead on 94%.
Yep. I got a knack for this.
I thought it was a great race.
I don't know how it ain't higher, honestly.
I don't either.
Like
I think it should be the highest race in the poll.
I think it should. I would love to ask someone who voted no why they voted no.
I mean, I got a guy who follows us, and he said he voted yes, it was good on the poll, but he said it was nothing special to him. It was just another next-gen race.
In what world? Like, in what world is this compared to Richmond?
That's what I mean. It's far from another next-gen race. Like,
this was better than the Kansas race, the spring Kansas race.
Way better than the spring Kansas. It was better than it was better than the spring, and that was the one we got a 3-wide finish at.
Yeah. No. It was, well, I mean, it was kind of 3, but more 2.
2 1/4?
Yeah. Well, 2 in .001 seconds.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, both. It was better, and to me, overall, start to finish, it was a better. But see, I like watching guys run the wall. To me, that is fun. It's exciting. I enjoy it. So I could watch that without wrecks.
Yeah,
I didn't want a wreck, and we didn't have a lot of accidents.
No, we
yesterday,
didn't.
Which
I think like besides stage breaks, 2 or 3.
6 cautions total. You had
So 3.
Justin Haley
4.
spun out twice.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had the Austin Dillon, Kyle Larson one.
It wasn't there one on like lap
And then
1?
Kyle Larson, when he blew a tire, got a
Yeah.
caution, so he didn't go a lap down.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. NASCAR, it's the HMS caution. Let's just call it what it is. Should that have been a caution? Probably not. I'm not mad, though. He went to the back. He just didn't go a lap down.
Yeah.
Even if you put him 2 laps down, he's going to get them back.
I know.
We've seen him do it.
He did it last week.
No, I mean, I'm with you. I don't understand how you voted no. I mean, it was watching the guys. They could run high. They could run low. They could run half high, half low. They could run in the middle. You have fuel strategy. You had tire strategy. You had guys who were running faster, comers and goers. What more do you want out of a race? I mean,
I honestly don't know.
tires mattered.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
Like,
yes, they matter.
5-lap tires made a difference at the end. Now, Reddick,
Didn't seem to care.
I think Reddick just took a deep breath and hoped it made it.
I mean,
He was running on a wing and a prayer and a hope. That was it.
that was
Hope
oh my.
and pray we make the turns 3 and 4.
That was awesome. And I've been rooting for Reddick all week. I think I said it on the podcast last week that I wanted Reddick to win.
Well, that's who we're talking about, Tyler Reddick. So
yes.
we're going to go through the top 8 drivers in the playoffs. Tyler Reddick is
top
currently,
7.
Well, we're talking about Joey. I'm not going to leave him out. He ain't got a lot to talk about, but I'm not going to leave the guy out. I don't like him, but we're not going to leave him out. So Tyler Reddick, I mean,
That was awesome.
he's locked in, but what
That was awesome.
that last 7-lap run, like Denny took off.
Yeah.
First they start 4, they go out 4 wide. Denny pulls away, takes
Yep.
the lead. I'm like, okay, can he get far enough ahead to hold it? And then coming to the white flag, Denny loses the lead. Blaney takes the lead.
Yep.
Reddick's in like 3rd.
But so like when Blaney and Denny get together,
Reddick catches up.
Reddick goes on the bottom, catches up, sets himself up for 2 and 3. He passes Denny on the back straightaway.
Yeah.
With still momentum on the 12 of Blaney, and then he just hangs it into 3 and 4.
Oh, it's amazing. So, yeah, coming to the white flag, basically it was Blaney and Hamlin side by side. Going into turns 1 and 2, that's where Reddick shot the bottom,
Yep.
was able to make it work,
He passed Denny.
passed Denny, and he passed Blaney going down the back straightaway. No, he caught Blaney going down the back straight. Now, at that point, Blaney ran good in the middle of the pack, or in the middle of 1 and 2, was really fast, actually. So Blaney hit that same line, thinking, I guess he thought maybe Reddick was going to go low again, and he could just kind of hold him down.
Well, okay.
Right? I mean, why else would you leave the top open?
Look, it obviously if Blaney could do it all over again, he'd take the top. But Reddick's on older tires, and you were really fast that last lap, or in that last turn.
Yeah, there's no reason that Reddick should have passed Blaney.
No.
Like, logically.
No, because if you think about it, he runs the middle. He has more speed going into the turn, going into the corner. Reddick's on older tires. Blaney I think Blaney is trying to get like a side by side or like quarter panel kind of situation coming off that turn. But I mean, Reddick just held the gas down and didn't look back.
Like I said, he hung them out.
I mean, oh my gosh.
Worst case scenario, you hit the wall and you're not locked in.
Yeah, but I mean, that last move, it looks like Blaney just hit his brakes. I mean, Reddick just flew by him.
I mean, Tyler Reddick won stage 1. He led a total of 97 laps. He ran his fastest lap of the race that last lap.
Yeah, he was like 6/10 faster than Blaney on that last lap, and Blaney had the second fastest lap on that lap.
I want so bad for Jim France to have to hand the championship trophy to Tyler Reddick in 2311.
Yes,
I want that.
That's
so
what
bad.
I've been wanting. Even before the lawsuit.
Well, before the lawsuit, that didn't matter. I was pulling for Denny to win. Now I'm pulling for Reddick to win.
I have Reddick as my championship pick, so.
And I like Reddick. I actually really like Reddick. He comes from JRM. So I became a Tyler Reddick fan when he drove for Junior Motorsports. And then when he went to RCR, the way he left RCR, admirable. And then, RCR turned around, talked crap about him, which that's what Richard does. Richard likes to talk junk about people.
Yeah, he's
if
old.
Austin Dillon retired, he would talk crap. My grandson sucks.
He was terrible. I can't
We
believe
hate him.
Can't believe I kept him in a car for so long.
I can't believe Corey LaJoy's ahead of him in the points. No, things like that. No, I don't think Corey LaJoy's ahead of Austin Dillon, but who's ahead of Austin Dillon we were talking about earlier?
Hosivar.
Hosivar, yeah. No, but I like Tyler, and the way Tyler drove that last lap.
That's why I like Tyler Reddick.
That's what I mean. Like, Tyler is on the edge of out of control. That's where he's in the most control.
I mean, come on. The last 3 races, the Roval, he was driving the wheels off his car.
Oh, no doubt.
Vegas, he literally drove the wheels off his car.
100%.
And today, he was driving the wheels off his car.
And it
worked.
It doesn't always work out, but
Vegas,
more times than not, I think it does.
Yeah, I mean, like I told you Sunday, I like Reddick, and I like that he's in the championship, fighting for a championship, and I like the way he drives, and that he just always drives that aggressive. He would not be here if he was not always as aggressive as he is.
No, that's what got him to the Cup Series.
Right, and after last week, I was saying I don't want to see him have a calm down. I want to see him coming with just as much aggression as he did in Vegas, and he did, and he won. It was awesome.
Well, I'm glad he didn't listen and calm down. I didn't want him to calm down either. I love, like, Reddick's the kind of driver who, what was this? Reddick's a kamikaze driver. He drives on the edge of out of control, and loose is fast.
Yeah.
But 9 times out of 10, it works. There's that one time it don't, though. Like last weekend.
Yep.
He shot a gap that you might or might not make. Do we hate him for that? Absolutely not.
I mean,
gave us something to talk about last week, and it gave us something to talk about this week. I mean,
that strategy call, though.
That strategy was luck.
Oh, really? Absolutely.
But really, that was all luck. Like, he was done. You imagine how his crew chief felt like, we're out, we're not going to win. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Can you imagine how
we might actually win?
Can you imagine how Reddick felt? I mean, that entire team. I mean, look, so, Denny did it in the second stage where they ran long, pitted, ran down Elliott, got the stage win. Both Reddick and Denny did that in the second stage. Going into the third stage, it looks like they're doing the same thing. Denny pitched, Reddick doesn't. And I'm like, wow, okay, they're going for a caution. And the laps keep winding down. Blaney and Larson are catching Reddick. And the laps keep going down. And it's like, man, it didn't work. He goes, he pits, and then Blaney and Larson get together. Larson wrecks. Reddick cycles all the way back to the front with like 2-lap old tires.
5 lap. His tires are 5 laps older.
5-lap older tires.
That's including caution laps.
Okay. So
like 2 laps under green. I think you're right. 2 laps under green, 3 laps under caution. So yeah, I mean, but still 5-lap older tires.
And cycles all the way back to the front.
So when Reddick lost the lead on the restart with 7 or 6 to go, he loses the lead to Blaney or to Hamlin, right?
Yeah.
And then Blaney goes by. I thought it was over.
I did too. I thought Reddick was finishing third.
His day is done. There's no way he's going to, on older tires, come back and pass these fresh tires. But that's what made what he did on that last lap
just incredible. He did that on older tires.
Well, it's like, so I was talking to a buddy of ours, PJ, and he was telling me that, his whole family's looking. He goes, my wife, my kids, the dogs, everybody's looking at it like I'm crazy because I'm so excited. And I told PJ, I'm like, dude, me and John were literally like toddlers standing in our chairs,
like
bouncing up and down.
There's no way this is happening.
I couldn't sit down those last couple laps.
No, that last restart, you could not.
Oh man, it was phenomenal. Like, This is what we watch NASCAR every single week, hoping to get what we got at Homestead.
Yep.
You only get it like once a year, but that one time a year,
It's amazing.
It's so worth it. It's like, it makes all the last few weeks of stress, depression, and just down and out so worth it.
It does. Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's when PJ was telling me that his whole family was looking at him, I'm like, yeah, thank God our family wasn't in the bedroom, because they would have been looking at us like we were crazy.
Yeah.
So in my bedroom, we got 2 recliners sitting in there in front of the TV, like a sitting area. So that's where we watch the race from.
Yeah.
And literally, I look over at John, and he's standing in the chair. I'm standing in the chair too. Like, I don't know why I didn't stand up. I didn't want to stand. I didn't want to sit.
We had our recliners
I'm
back.
just standing there bouncing in this chair because literally, we're like toddlers bouncing in the chair. We're so excited.
Yeah, my thing was the recliner was pushed back, so I'd have to like shimmy out the chair. So I didn't want to shimmy.
I don't want to do all the work of getting up. It's
So
too much work.
I'll just stand in the chair.
And it worked.
Yeah.
I mean, no, it's hard to even express how happy I was. Like, it was almost like Atlanta Motor Speedway happy when we were there for the 3-wide finish. Like, that was the joy of experiencing that. But
I think this was even better.
oh, that's what I was about to say. To me, this was better because
it is the culmination of the entire race.
Midway through the race, I think I even said it, like, this is a really good race, but I'm scared to say it because what if the ending sucks? And I think I heard another podcast mention that's what Homestead's missing a lot of the times is the finish.
Yeah.
And we got the whole package this weekend.
Right.
You got, like I said before, I love watching. There's a camera angle Fox had where you could see the guys going into the turn, and you knew if they were going to have a good turn by how they entered. And it was so cool because Saturday, me and John are watching, going, good turn. Good. Nope, he missed it.
Yep.
He got it. And then you could watch their lap, and it was a good lap. Same with Sunday.
Yeah.
And Fox obviously don't know they have gold there because they only showed it like 7 times the whole day. I would have been happy with that camera view all day. Just stagnant on turn 3 and 4. Leave it there. Let me watch this.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good shot. Well, they had that right rear quarter panel camera.
Yeah, that sucked.
It was good like twice. And then
it was good when they were on the inside.
Yeah, when they were on the inside. Yeah. But then the sun started setting.
That was what I didn't get either. They show the whole half a lap with the sun glaring on the camera, and it's like we're covering our eyes
from home.
Home. Like, do you really? I call them Fox, NBC.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, NBC. I referred to you as Fox.
Apologize.
I didn't mean to say that. How dare I? But no, I mean, do they not have somebody watching what they're producing at the same time?
Surely they're not watching this going, yep, that's good. Oh, that's real good.
I wouldn't have had a problem with it, but they did it twice.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't just once. Like, okay, one time you do it. Yeah, that's not a good shot. Let's not show that again. Next lap, let's show it again.
Like, what?
And then they didn't show it again after that. I mean, that was it. They turned it off, they stopped and moved on. But no, it's I just can't get over how good of a race it was. Like,
it was phenomenal.
Phenomenal race, phenomenal ending. I was excited the whole race. Never once did I get bored. I didn't have to walk away and miss 100 laps to enjoy the race.
Well, I mean, you had the playoff 8 in the 7. top. Well, besides Joey,
he don't count.
No,
he's already locked in.
Right, but the top 7 were in the top 7
all day,
and then Bowman as well.
Yeah, and that was phenomenal. Like, phenomenal. Like, that's what I mean. Like, that's what it's all about. The 7 best drivers in the series showed. I remember Joey wasn't the 8th best. He was the 9th best.
Yeah.
Bowman was the 8th best.
And Bowman was up there.
He was been in the top 10 the last 2 weeks. So Bowman would still be in contention in the championship 8 if they didn't screw him over and give it to Joey.
Yeah.
Like we said last week, I don't think Joey should have been put in. I think it should have just been 7 drivers in. You get eliminated, you get eliminated. You don't get a free berth into the championship, which is, they gave Joey that for free. He got in, he went out and won Vegas. Now he could go out and win Phoenix, unfortunately.
Yep.
All right. That's
Who's
who we're
next?
talking about right now, Joey
Joey
Logano.
Logano.
He finished 28th. He ran a quiet and uneventful race. You would never have known he was there if they didn't discuss him winning last weekend.
Yep.
That was about all I got on him. Joey's focused on Phoenix at this point. He's locked in.
Why would he?
I mean, I get he's probably in that car thinking about Phoenix.
Yeah. I mean, he does not, like I said last week, he could have showed up, run a lap, and parked it and gone home.
He might as well have.
Yeah, I mean.
He pitted off sequence not to get caught up in anybody's crap and not to be caught up. He didn't want to cause any crap because we saw some issues on pit road.
Yep.
None from Denny Hamlin, at least, thank God.
He actually had some good pit stops.
We did see issues on pit road. We had Chris Buescher backwards one time.
In Larson's pit box.
Didn't we have, was yesterday the water cooler leakage? Was that Sunday?
Oh.
Remember the water?
That was Larson.
Yeah. Larson and who's his teammate?
Who was behind him?
I don't remember now. Was it Byron?
Maybe.
Or was it Elliott? I think it was Elliott. Because Elliott had to drive through it before and Larson had to drive through it after, right?
No, or whoever was behind Larson had to come out of the pit box through it, and Larson had to enter.
Yeah, I can't remember who the other guy was, but anyway, their water coolers, they drained them
for some reason
before the race was over, and all the water runs out on pit road. So then they're out there with speedy drive. It worked out. It didn't cause any problems. It was a fun little thing to talk about on TV for 3 minutes, but somebody probably got a talking to.
You're like, hey, man.
It was probably Connor Jones. He's probably the water boy for the teams on Sunday.
Yeah.
They're like, Connor, you screwed up again, son.
You don't drain the water.
Until after the race is over. No, TJ Majors said last week on Door Bumper Clear that Joey Logano would show up and have a quiet and uneventful race. I expect the same from Joey Logano next week. I do think Tyler Reddick will show up and run a little better next week than Joey, but
I don't think he's going to be dying for a win.
Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell finished 4th. He led 3 laps. He had 6th place in stage 1, and stage 2 he finished 3rd.
See, he had a really good day, but I never felt like he was going to win.
I felt like he had a shot. That was where me and you differed.
Yeah.
We discussed this after the race was over, and you're like, I never thought he was there. Like, I think he was. I think he could have.
I never felt like Bell had the shot to win. Bell and Byron were the only two in that top 7 that I didn't think were going to win.
Byron, no.
No.
Bell, yes. And for me, Byron, I don't know. He never was anything yesterday.
He was a top 5 to top 10 car. He wasn't a winning car.
Bell was up front racing with Hamlin, Reddick, and Blaney at the end.
But Reddick, Hamlin, and Blaney were faster.
I think Bell was the fastest Blaney, Hamlin, and Reddick car.
Well, you don't get to go to the championship for being the 4th fastest.
Well, you might. Because you got 3 in. If 3 get in on wins, only 1 in on points, and Bell had a phenomenal points day yesterday.
Bell's going to get in on points. If
he don't win. And I don't think he's going to win Martinsville. All right, William Byron. We already said.
Quiet day.
He finished. The only time he got stage points was 9th in stage 1. He did finish 6th, but.
Like I said, he had a top 5 to top 10 car. That's where he finished.
Yeah, and I think his car rolled off the truck probably slower than the other guys.
Yeah, but they made a really decent day out of it.
So Christopher Bell is plus 29, and William Byron, who we're talking about now, is plus 7. I would say both of those drivers. Christopher Bell needs to run a smart race in Martinsville.
Yeah.
He needs to finish top 5, 6.
Yes.
But he doesn't have to win.
Right.
I think that's going to take a lot of work on his crew chief and his spotter throughout the whole race, just reminding him, we need you to go out. We need you to run a good race. You don't have to win the race, though.
Yeah, don't do anything crazy.
Yeah, you don't have to pull a Larson or pull a Reddick. You just need to pull a Bell.
Yeah.
Sleepy Bell. We don't. Bell's the only guy who makes it to the Final Four every single year, and we don't hear nothing about.
Right.
So just
do
that.
Do it again.
Just be you, man.
Just be Bell.
Don't drop the F word, because then you're on TV next week again. And we don't need that. And it's a slow news week when we're talking about Christopher Bell cussing.
Yeah, right.
Like, oh, Christopher Bell cussed this week. One thing they say on Door Bumper Clear, they're talking about how it's a problem that last week a 50-year-old man says he's bringing the number 8 Bud car back to late model stocks, and that's the biggest news in NASCAR.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, we need something new. We need somebody new to take the torch.
That's true.
Like, I mean, really, we talked about it on here. I mean, it's huge news for me as a junior fan, but
right.
He's 50.
He's getting up there.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be like Dave Marcus and drive his whole life. I don't know. I don't really know that. But, Red Farmer's still racing. He's older than dirt. He was around when red dirt was invented. So,
are we going to be talking about
80-year-old Dale Jr.?
Man.
We wheeled him out to the car, put his oxygen mask on, and stuck him in the car, and he finished 12th. Yeah, we might. We would, because we're fans of Junior.
We definitely would, but the sport?
I agree. I agree with Door Bumper Clear. We need somebody younger to come in, take the reins, and run with it.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see a guy like Quapple or Zilich or...
Maybe. Or Hosivar. I love Hosivar.
He's been doing really good.
He's in my honorable mention. So, who are we talking about now? William Byron?
So, Larson.
William Byron, uneventful day, boring, blah, blah, blah.
Well, let's talk about... I want to talk about
Kyle Larson?
Byron and Larson next week. Do you think Larson can outpoint Byron?
No. Well, I don't know. So William Byron is 7 points ahead of Larson. So you're saying that...
I don't think Larson...
You're saying nobody new wins, right?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying...
Only one guy makes it in on points.
Right, and I think it's going to be Bell.
Okay.
I think Bell's going to make it in on points. Unless Larson doesn't win, I don't think he outpoints Byron. He's not finishing 7 spots ahead of Byron.
I don't think so either. So you're saying that the only way you think Larson's in a must-win?
Yes, absolutely.
That's who we're talking about now. So you think he's in a must-win going into Martinsville?
Yes. I think anyone not above the cut line's in a must-win.
Maybe. I think anybody that's not Christopher Bell is in a must-win. I think Christopher Bell's the only driver that can go out and run a smart race and make it to the next round of 4.
Yes, but I think Byron has a chance.
You think Byron can outpoint Bell?
Not outpoint him, but I think we might not have a new winner, and that gives Byron a chance. I don't think anyone below the cut line has a chance. This is why people are complaining about this NASCAR points and the way it works, is because now you've got Kyle Larson, who has the most race wins of the season, the most laps led of the season, most stage points won.
Who's by far had the best season from Daytona till now.
Yeah.
And that's even with missing a race.
Yeah.
And he might not make it into the round of 4. I mean, think about how Rick Hendrick feels. He went from having 4 guys locked into the round of 8
right,
to possibly not having anybody make it into the round of 4.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like in Larson fashion, Larson's going to show up at Martinsville and just dominate.
At Martinsville?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the same person who won Martinsville last year.
You think Blaney's going to
I do.
He could.
I really think Blaney's going to win at Martinsville.
He's got a chip on his shoulder right now.
That's what I mean. Like, Blaney's finished second too many times this season. And knowing that if he would have blocked the high line, he would have won that race Sunday, I think that factors into it. So let's talk about Larson, though. Larson had a very eventful day. He finished 13th. He led 1 lap all day. On lap 47, he gets into the wall, has a tire go down.
Yep.
I don't think he was doing anything wrong there.
No.
We expect these drivers to drive on that edge.
Yep. That's just a Homestead thing.
Yeah. So I'm not mad at him for that. Tyler Reddick did it on the last lap and didn't hit the walls, all I'm saying, but I ain't mad at you. Like we already said, Larson's his own worst enemy. Yeah. Nobody wrecked Larson.
No.
And then
I think Larson, I even think if Larson just follows Blaney there, he has another chance to pass Blaney.
I agree.
On the Austin Dillon.
So that's 12 laps to go. Larson stuck it in a gap.
Yep.
I mean, he could have made it.
Now, I do think Larson shoots that gap every time. I think he could have just not shot it in general and still had another chance to pass Blaney.
Maybe, but he had been running. He had been trying to pass for a while now. Like, he had been trying to get past Blaney and Austin Dillon for a while. He knew he had to go. He was running out of time. Austin Dillon, I mean, he did nothing wrong.
No.
You know, he couldn't have got any closer to the wall.
No, I mean,
the only thing Austin Dillon did wrong was drive a race car.
Yeah.
Other than that, he didn't do anything wrong.
He stuck it on the wall as best he could, try to get out of the way as much as he could.
I think when you're going that much slower than the leaders, though, and you know the high lines, what everybody wants. I mean, honestly, Austin Dillon probably held up Blaney.
Yeah.
Allowed Larson to catch Blaney.
But where else is he going to go?
To the pits and get out and just call it quits for the day. Like, hey, guys, I'm just going to pull over and admit I suck.
But when Blaney passes him right there or gets on his inside going into the turn, he's got to go up high.
He could have just taken the bottom and let both of them go by and been a non-factor for the end of the race. That's what we ask all the time is these lap down cars. When you're 1 or 2 laps down, don't be a factor in the outcome of the race. You don't want to be discussed at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, Austin Dillon don't want us talking about him today. But I will say, I don't think he did anything wrong.
No, I don't think
Just
he
wrong
did
place, wrong time.
Yeah.
I don't think Larson did anything wrong.
Nope. Just didn't work out.
I think he could have made that. And he's probably made it 10 times yesterday.
I mean, that was a pretty good save by him, though.
Yeah, I mean, he could have really destroyed. So 13 laps to go. He wrecks.
He only lost like a spot from that, right?
Like 3 or 4, but so they come into pit. That final pit stop, they showed on NBC. It showed Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, Christopher Bell, and Denny Hamlin's stop. Larson was 2.5 seconds slower than those 3 guys, so that messed him up at the end of the race, and that's why he finished 13th. Between wrecking and a bad stop, and a bad restart, he finished 13th.
I mean, I gotta give props to the guy that pushed up his diffuser flap, though. I mean.
Yeah, that guy was
impressive.
That added to the long stop too.
Right.
But he like ducked and rolled.
I know. I mean, he you finished putting the lug nut on the tire, or I think he was the tire changer. I don't remember
what he was, but he like rolled.
Yeah, whatever he dropped what he was doing. He like dived, stuck his hand on there.
The only thing
flapped it up and like rolled.
So that for me was like the pit crew moment of the year. But there's 2 moments of the year that stand out for me. The one we just talked about, Kyle Larson, his pit crew guy ducking and rolling.
Yep.
And Kyle Busch, when the pit crew guy on TV, you just see him out of nowhere, flies down on the hood of his car.
That was awesome.
That was amazing. It looked like he jumped off the pit box and landed on the hood. It was just the angle.
WWE.
Yeah, it was the angle of the TV. You don't see this guy. And all of a sudden, from the top left of your screen, you see this dude like spider monkeying it down onto the hood of Bush's car. It was phenomenal.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
So those 2 are, if I got to pick the pit crew moment of the year, which I guess we'll pick at the end of the season, those are the 2 for me right now.
Yeah.
I don't care if you have a 7.5 second stop to get Denny Hamlin out first at Phoenix to win the championship. It's going to be hard to beat those 2.
Yeah.
It's got to be one guy. And that guy for Larson fixed his diffuser.
Yep.
I loved it. That was great. Denny Hamlin, let's talk about him.
His
pit crew didn't screw him.
No, he actually had a really good day.
He had a Denny Hamlin-esque day.
Yeah, I mean, he was great on the long runs, as he usually is.
Gabe Hart made good decisions on pit road.
Yep.
Which he hasn't been doing.
So, to start the race, he didn't have the best car, but at some point in stage 2, they made some adjustments, and his car came to life.
Yeah, they started working on it. The more they worked on that car, the better it got.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
it just was not a winning car.
No, so Denny finished 3rd. He led for 21 laps total.
Yep.
7th in stage 1. He won stage 2.
That was cool to watch in stage 2.
Oh yeah, because he shouldn't have won it.
No, he stayed out. So Chase Elliott was dominating stage 2.
Everybody early pitted, pretty much.
Chase Elliott dominated stage 2. from between Chase Elliott pitting and Denny Hamlin, Denny stayed out for I think 9 laps longer than Chase Elliott. He came out about I think it was 14 seconds behind
Something like that.
behind Chase Elliott, and what was it? Maybe 20 laps.
Something like that.
He made up those 14 seconds past Chase Elliott and took the stage win. That was a heck of a drive. Tried to do the same thing in stage 3, just didn't work out with the caution and all that. I don't
know that it would have worked out in stage 3. I think he was getting there, but I don't think he would have got there without the caution.
Yeah. Now, it really just depended on what happened between Blaney and Larson. It just happened to cause a caution. But I think if Blaney and Larson battled it out for a little bit, Denny could have caught him and might have been able to make something happen.
Yeah, I agree. No, I mean, Denny had a phenomenal day. Watching him and Elliott race in stage 2, not to the finish line, but in stage 2.
Yeah.
They raced really hard. That's what I like about Denny. He's not afraid to race you hard.
Yeah.
It's clean, but it's on the edge of clean. I mean, just like Blaney, but just like Chase. I mean, Chase Elliott and Ryan Blaney, they had run-ins throughout the day when they would race each other.
Yeah.
Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin, they had run-ins when they'd race each other. So I think the guys who are at the top right now, when the cream rises to the top, these guys run you on the edge of too hard. They're running their cars on the edge of out of control, and they're racing you on the edge of wrecking you and wrecking themselves. So
I mean, it is impressive.
Denny Hamlin had a great day.
Yeah.
Like,
unfortunate he couldn't bring it home, but now
it almost worked out. It restored my faith in Gabe Hart.
It did. It did. Yeah. After last week, we needed that.
Yeah, for real. Definitely.
But so going to Martinsville.
So he's -18.
I mean,
he's got to win.
What was he last year? I mean, he seemed down and out last year too.
I mean,
and he almost made it.
If Larson or Byron have a bad day, Denny could get in on points. If Christopher Bell goes out and wins Martinsville. But I think Ryan Blaney's going to win Martinsville. But Denny's 18 points down. The only way Denny makes it to the Final Four is if he wins a race. I'm saying that right now.
I mean, you're probably right.
I know I'm right.
Well, I don't know your psychic now, but you got a crystal ball I don't know about.
I've been called perfect, but
But yeah, most likely, yes, you're right.
I just don't see how, if you're below the cut line right now, how you points your way in. You can't even be in that mentality because you're depending on nobody new winning.
I mean, you're right. That's why Reddick did what he did.
Correct.
That's why
you got to go for it.
You have to go for it.
Reddick was not in a must win at Homestead, but in his mind he was. And honestly, I think going into Martinsville, Christopher Bell down should be, their mindset should be must win.
Absolutely.
Maybe not Christopher. I don't want him to blow it trying to win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. I don't think Bell needs to win. He just needs to have a very good, clean day like he's been having. But if you are if you are Christopher Bell, or if you're below Christopher Bell, you are a must win. I think Larson is going to do. I mean, Roval, Larson dominated. Bristol, Larson dominated. I can totally see him doing it again.
Yes, unfortunately. I could see Larson dominate. And I say that unfortunately. I want Larson to be in the Final Four, but I've told you what I want.
Yeah.
I want somebody like double-digit negative to win.
Right.
Because
Joey
shouldn't be in here.
No.
Reddick was on the verge of not being in the top 4. But he did.
Elliott and Blaney definitely shouldn't be.
Correct. So the fan in me wants Denny Hamlin to win.
Yeah.
The Georgia boy in me wants Chase Elliott to win. The logical person in me thinks Ryan Blaney's going to win. So we're talking about Blaney and Elliott. We got to talk about Blaney and Elliott. Both of them had solid days.
Yep.
Blaney led 47 laps, finished second in the race, 4th in stage 1, 5th in stage 2. We've already talked about the excitement of his day when we talked about the other drivers, but
yeah,
Blaney did what he needed to do other than block the high line.
I will say I really don't think Blaney did anything wrong in that moment.
No, I don't either. But looking back on it, yeah, I think
Right.
he should have taken
in hindsight, you take the high line. In the moment, he didn't make a mistake. He didn't run a slow lap. Reddick he outdrove him. He just got outdrove.
100%.
He didn't do anything wrong. I know
that was one of Blaney's fastest laps of the race.
Yeah. So I mean, I know Blaney was pretty bummed out. He was talking about it post race. You know, gotta look back and see what I could have done differently. I don't know if we did anything wrong, but I'm gonna go. I don't think you did anything wrong.
I think every driver says that every week, though.
Yeah.
Like, what could I have done differently? In the moment, you did what you were supposed to do. So
he didn't make any mistakes. He didn't run a slow lap. He wasn't slow in the corner. You just got outdrove.
Yeah, that's all. I have no fault with what Blaney did at the end either. Yeah, he probably should have blocked the top. Watching the race, I never thought that.
Yeah. During
the final lap of that race, I wasn't thinking, why is Blaney in the middle of the track? Because the middle had been fast for Blaney.
Right.
That's what made Homestead. The fact that this our championship race is so stupid to me. Like,
imagine if this was our championship. Imagine if that's how Reddick won the championship.
Do you imagine if because for the next 2.5 months, all we're talking about is a phenomenal race. Instead, we got Phoenix.
Yep.
We have Phoenix. Wow. Like
it's going to be such a snooze fest.
Yes, it's not going to deliver what Homestead. Now, Homestead doesn't always deliver this, but it always delivers more than Phoenix. It's like Longhorn and McDonald's. Longhorns is Homestead. Sometimes it can be a Ruth Chris, but most of the time it's just a Longhorn.
Yeah.
But Phoenix, that's McDonald's. Sometimes it can be a Wendy's, but it ain't getting no better than that.
Right.
Like, it's just Phoenix. Like, Elliott Sadler or somebody said we hadn't had a good race there since like 1983.
Yeah. So, I mean, come on. Why are we going to Phoenix?
Because NASCAR loves theirself.
We know.
You know why we're going to Phoenix? We've said it on here before. Airport activation. Jordan said it on the podcast this week, too. He said there was no baggage claim advertising at Homestead. That's why they didn't have a good turnout. You know what? Maybe Jordan's onto something. Maybe we need to do better at baggage claim. We need.
That's where our fans are at.
Why aren't we advertising on the side of airplanes? Throw a cup car on the side of there. Could you imagine
Elliott.
Could you imagine going to get on an airplane, a Delta plane, and having Chase's paint scheme on the plane?
Napa.
That would be, and a number 9.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be awesome. Like, I don't know know who at NASCAR needs to hear this, but you need to get on with an airline. Like, maybe Brandon takes pictures of airplanes. Maybe he knows a guy.
Yeah.
Just tell them they can have the NASCAR paint schemes on the airplanes. That would help activation.
Yeah.
That would help get people to these races. You flew here on Chase Elliott's plane. I mean, you could say that then. I mean, Chase flies his own plane, but you know.
Yeah. Speaking of Chase.
Yeah. Chase, man, it was so good to see Chase show up.
It was. It's been a while.
We go like 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 races in between good races with Chase. So it's like Dale Jr., you know?
Yeah.
He would suck for a couple races, run great for a couple races. And Chase Elliott, he hasn't been a factor, unfortunately. Most popular driver, when he's a factor, it's a win for the whole series.
Yeah. It was nice. It was fun to see him lead some laps.
Yeah, it was good.
And he was fast, too.
And he finished, where did he finish? 5th?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, anyone in that top 7 besides Byron, I think had a shot to win.
He got 3rd in stage 1, 2nd in stage 2. Yeah, Chase Elliott he needs to bring that mojo, that momentum, that whatever to Martinsville.
Yeah.
Because I want so bad. Chase is negative 43. Ryan Blaney's negative 38. I want so bad for one of those two guys to win Martinsville.
I think I want Chase to win more.
Yeah, me too. Because I do want an HMS driver in the championship.
Well, I mean,
but I think Blaney's going to beat him.
Yeah.
Blaney's got a cooler beard.
That's how you judge it by?
Yeah. I like Blaney's beard better than Chase's. So
Blaney's got better hair.
I mean, Blaney he's got way better hair than me. It's not hard, but you got better hair than me. Luckily, it comes from your mama's side of the family. You might get to keep that hair.
Yeah, hopefully.
My mom's side of the family, they're all bald, so I knew I was doomed. Enjoy it while I had it. No, Chase Elliott, great day. It's fun watching him run good. Like we said, anytime the most popular driver runs good, it's good for the whole series. So,
Yep.
The only thing we got to talk about is Justin Haley and the number 7 spinning out twice.
The second time he spun out, I legit thought they were showing a replay.
I did too. Now, the second time wasn't his fault.
No.
Ty Gibbs had a Ty Gibbs moment.
Yeah.
Oh, Gibbs dropped his binky. Just drove it on in there.
Then
he Connor Jones'd it.
Couple laps later, he's down in pit road.
Who?
Gibbs was.
Yeah, I mean, he was. God, it was just he's self-destructing.
Yeah,
I think he's got a temper. When he learns to control his attitude, Gibbs is going to be a phenomenal driver.
Yeah,
but I think Gibbs as a race team has been off this season too.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know what he calls Grandpa. Probably Mr. Gibbs, but whatever he calls his grandpa, he needs to tell him. Probably is Mr. Gibbs. Like Mr. Gibbs, Papa.
Mr. Pop.
Mr. Papa Gibbs. I need you to please give us a better car. But he's got to control his attitude. So I loved watching Justin Haley spin in the number 7. I really think it is the curse of the 7.
I have
Corey LaJoy hasn't.
I mean, look at Justin Allgaier.
I don't know. Justin Allgaier wins some though.
That's true.
I don't think the curse doesn't go over series. Justin Allgaier's got that Kyle Larson curse where he just maybe now that he got a 2-year contract extension, maybe he could just go out and run.
Yeah,
I think after 2, I think he's going to retire. Would be my guess.
Probably.
And I hate that because I love Justin Allgaier. He is my favorite Xfinity driver. He wasn't. Elliott Sadler was my favorite Xfinity driver. When he retired, I migrated to the number 7 of Allgaier.
You had to find someone new.
Alex Bowman finished 7th. Shout out. AJ Allmendinger. I love how I got to enunciate that one, you know. So Allmendinger finished 8th. Hosivar finished 9th. Stuart Haas Racing finished 10th, 11th, and 12th.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you had Priest, Berry, and Briscoe. So, I mean.
Oh, Chase.
This is it. Two more races, and Stuart Haas is no longer a thing. Tony Stewart will officially be out of NASCAR.
Yep.
That's sad.
That is sad.
I mean, Tony Stewart brought us some of the best years in NASCAR, so it's sad to see him officially gone. But
thanks, NASCAR.
He's got a baby boy on the way, so maybe a little smoke will be out there racing cup cars one day. I doubt it, but maybe.
Tony's going to be like, look, you don't want to do it. Unless 2311 in front row win, he's going to be like,
you don't want to do it. Run the NHRA. They pay better.
Yeah.
You can make way more money driving dragsters than you can in cup. Or stay in the sprint car. You can make a killing there, too.
Yeah.
Martinsville next weekend. Who you got?
I don't know, man.
I'm taking Blaney.
You're taking Blaney?
I'm going to take Blaney.
I don't like picking Larson because I don't like picking Larson.
Pick Chase.
No, I think I'm going to say Larson. I think.
You think Larson dominates like he has the last race of the last 2 rounds?
Yeah.
It's very much conceivable. I mean, his first race of every round sucked.
Yep.
His second race of every round was decent.
And then his third
race, he dominated.
Just absolutely wipes the floor with the competition.
Nobody else even needs to show up type of thing. And maybe that'll get in their head. So I think you got a good pick. But I think Blaney ran good in the spring. Blaney's going to – I want Chase Elliott or Denny Hamlin to win at Martinsville. I'm going on record with that, but I think Blaney's going to do it. So
I would love to see Denny win.
So who do you got? Give me your championship 4, knowing Reddick's locked in, Logano's locked in. Bell's plus 28, Byron's plus 7, Larson's minus 7, Hamlin's 18 minus, Blaney's 38, and Elliott's minus 43.
Logano, Reddick, Bell, Larson.
Okay.
I think that's what it's going to be.
I think we go Reddick, Logano, Blaney, Bell.
Yeah. I mean,
I would like to see Chase Elliott in there, but I do think that wow, if Blaney, there would be no Chevys in the top 4 if Blaney won and Bell went in.
Wow.
2 4s, Ooh, Chevy would be mad. And we know NASCAR bends the knee to Chevy. So
yeah. So that's why I think Larson's going to win.
Well, next week is Martinsville. It's a 2 p.m. race. Don't know what channel it's on, but it will be on TV.
Yeah.
If you don't like the commentary, Lee Diffie, you can listen to it on the radio. But I like Lee Diffie, so I like saying his name, Diffie. I like Joe Diffie and I like Lee Diffie.
Man, I want Reddick to win the championship so bad.
He could. He very well could.
I really want to see that.
So.
I'm becoming a Reddick fan.
I see that. Thanks, Denny.
Yep.
You got Reddick.
Yep.
You say thanks, Denny, or you wouldn't have Reddick.
Exactly.
So,
thank you, Denny. It all comes full circle.
Yep. And if you don't have a T-shirt, Designs by Sydney, she'll hook you up on your Thank You Denny or Thanks Denny T-shirt. You're gonna want one.
Yeah.
If you want to be as cool as this guy, you're gonna want one of Thanks Denny.
If you're a Reddick fan, you need a Thank You Denny T-shirt.
Exactly. All right. What else we got? Anything else?
I think that's it. That's all we got.
All right. So thanks to everybody who listens, watches the show each week, shares us on social media. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure to follow us on Twitter. We're at Car Backwards. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out all our other videos. Check us out on Spotify. Make sure to follow us and rate us there as well. Subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts and leave us a review like Brandon did. When you leave a review, it helps other people find our show on Apple Podcasts. Also, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube Music. We're now available there. And if you feel the need, you're more than welcome to send us an email. We're racecarbackwardspod@gmail.com. And don't forget to check out Designs by Sydney's. She's got you covered on all your graphic design needs. Other than that, y'all have a great week, and we will talk to you after Martinsville. Bye, everybody.